Prince Harry sees Princess Diana in Meghan Markle. Both women from different eras and backgrounds found themselves in remarkably similar predicaments, navigating intense public scrutiny, a perceived lack of institutional support, and profound personal struggles that they eventually chose to share with the world. Their emotional tell-all interviews became pivotal moments, sparking widespread conversations about the pressures of royal life and the challenges faced by those who marry into the monarchy. From the moment they entered the royal spotlight, both Diana and Meghan found their every move dissected by the British press. Every outfit choice, gesture, and whispered word was scrutinized, often leading to sensationalized headlines and unrelenting public commentary. For Diana, this relentless attention contributed to a profound sense of isolation and distress, as she felt constantly under the microscope. Similarly, Meghan described feeling utterly exposed and unprotected, with media narratives often portraying her in a negative light, regardless of the facts. This constant dissection of their lives, fueled by an insatiable public appetite for royal news, created an environment of immense pressure that was, by their accounts, deeply detrimental to their well-being. Princess Diana, in her groundbreaking interviews, candidly discussed things that she's been through, shedding light on the emotional toll that royal life had taken on her. Her revelations were revolutionary for their time, helping to destigmatize these discussions. Meghan Markle, in her interview with Oprah Winfrey, similarly shared her feelings of profound loneliness and bad thoughts during her time as a working royal. These powerful confessions from both women underscored a critical, often ignored aspect of life within the monarchy. That beneath the glittering facade, there could be intense psychological suffering stemming from a lack of emotional support and unrelenting public pressure. Diana famously spoke of feeling like an outsider who struggled to adapt to the firm's strictures and expectations, lamenting that the system was unwilling to protect her from the media's onslaught or speak the truth on her behalf. Meghan echoed this sentiment, describing a systemic reluctance to defend her against damaging press narratives and an unwillingness to provide the necessary support structure for someone new to the complexities of royal life. Both women conveyed a deep frustration with what they perceived as an unyielding and unresponsive establishment, seemingly more concerned with preserving its own image than safeguarding the individuals within it. Prince Harry, having lived through both his mother's struggles and his wife's similar experiences, has publicly drawn compelling comparisons between Meghan and Diana. He has often stated that Meghan embodies many of his mother's cherished qualities, such as her compassion, empathy, and unwavering confidence. Harry firmly believes that if Diana were still alive, she and Meghan would have formed a strong and supportive bond, deeply understanding each other's unique challenges and shared humanity. This conviction underscores Harry's perception of a common thread of independence and resilience that runs through both women, qualities that perhaps made them both ill-suited for the rigid confines of traditional royal life. Meghan and Harry have actively worked to honor Diana's enduring legacy, ensuring that their children, Archie and Lilibet, are aware of Grandma Diana. Their daughter Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor bears her grandmother's name as a middle name, a clear and public acknowledgement of Diana's importance. Furthermore, they have kept cherished photos of Diana in their home, ensuring her presence is felt within their family. This deliberate effort to integrate Diana's memory into their children's lives highlights their belief in the shared values and experiences that link the two women across generations. The fundamental motivation behind both Diana and Meghan's pivotal decisions to step back from central royal roles was the protection of their own well-being, as well as that of their immediate families. For Diana, the step back involved a period of intense reevaluation and a shift in her public role. For Meghan and Harry, it manifested as a complete withdrawal from official duties and a move across the Atlantic. In both cases, these drastic measures were taken as a last resort, born out of a desperate need to escape environments that they found unsustainable and deeply damaging. They prioritized their personal and familial health over the demands of the institution.
Meghan Markle is choosing to launch her new rose wine on what would have been Princess Diana's birthday.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
Meghan Markle has finally launched her highly anticipated rosé wine, and she's keeping the momentum going.
Meghan recently announced her first major product under her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, a Napa Valley rose wine, through a stylized Instagram post on her As Ever account. The launch photo featured a sun-soaked bottle flanked by 2 wine glasses and a handful of apricots beside a serene poolside setting.
Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand, As Ever, will be introducing its first wine on Tuesday, the Napa Valley Rosé.
Described as having soft notes of stone fruit, a gentle minerality, and a lasting finish, the wine marks Meghan's first venture into the beverage market. But it wasn't the wine's origin or its flavor profile that immediately caught the attention of royal fans. It was the date of the release, July 1st, 2025.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
The same day the late Princess Diana would have turned 64. The choice has sparked a wave of criticism, with many accusing Meghan of exploiting the memory of her late mother-in-law to promote her brand. "She's literally dining out on Diana's memory," one social media user wrote. Another called the launch tacky, while some said it was predictable and tone-deaf. Others questioned the integrity of linking a consumer product to such a meaningful day. One royal follower went as far as claiming Meghan was using Diana to flog cheap wine. Even royal commentator Victoria Arbiter seemed stunned, replying simply, "July 1st, Diana's birthday," in response to the launch announcement. While Meghan made no mention of Diana in her new wine's promotion, many pointed out the release date seemed far too deliberate to be coincidental. Princess Diana's birthday has long been marked by heartfelt tributes from friends and family. In past years, Sarah Ferguson referred to Diana as a kindred spirit, while Diana's brother and sisters, alongside Princes William and Harry, commemorated her 60th birthday in 2021 with a statue unveiling at Kensington Palace's Sunken Garden, a rare moment of unity between the estranged brothers. Critics believe the launch date undermines the dignity of that legacy. Although Diana was known to keep a well-stocked wine cellar at Kensington Palace, she drank very little, and by the late 1990s, was virtually teetotal. The irony of launching a rose on her birthday has not been lost on fans. Meghan has previously expressed admiration for Diana, once describing her as someone I wish I'd had the chance to know. But this isn't the first time she has been accused of using Diana's legacy to promote her personal brand. In May 2025, Meghan's team reposted a fan's image of As Ever cookies presented in a Princess Diana-themed tea tin. And earlier in 2025, Meghan posted a video of herself in a Northwestern University sweatshirt, the same style Diana wore publicly in the final year of her life. The post quickly went viral, appearing in publications around the world. Royal insiders have often commented on Meghan's clear admiration for the late princess. Friends from her youth recall her fascination with Diana's life. Her former best friend, Nanaki Priti, has spoken about Meghan's childhood dream of being Princess Diana 2.0, recalling how Meghan once posed outside Buckingham Palace during a childhood trip. According to Priti, Meghan owned a copy of Diana, her true story, Andrew Morton's explosive biography, and closely followed Diana's humanitarian work. Susie Articani's mother, a family friend, also recalled how she and Meghan would rewatch the footage of Diana's royal wedding. Author Andrew Morton later confirmed that Meghan had watched Diana's funeral with friends in September 1997, openly weeping. According to those close to her, Diana was more than a royal figure to Meghan. She was a role model for what a modern princess could be. Over the years, Meghan has echoed some of Diana's most iconic fashion choices and often leaned into her humanitarian image. One former staffer said that Meghan once remarked, "What Diana started, I want to finish," suggesting her aspirations extended beyond the palace gates. Tina Brown, in her 2022 book, The Palace Papers, added that Meghan and Harry were drunk on a shared fantasy of being instruments of global transformation, and that Meghan saw this as her big break. But while Meghan's admiration for Diana might be genuine, critics say there's a fine line between tribute and opportunism. Some royal watchers are wondering whether she'll post a tribute to Diana on the same day as the wine release to maximize engagement. That kind of timing, many argue, risks making Diana's memory a marketing tool. It's not the first time Harry and Meghan have drawn criticism for their disregard of royal protocol, including launching projects during key royal events, a major faux pas in the tightly choreographed world of the monarchy. But this instance has especially struck a nerve. Meghan Markle is choosing to launch her new rose wine on what would have been Princess Diana's birthday.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
Meghan Markle has finally launched her highly anticipated rosé wine, and she's keeping the momentum going.
Meghan recently announced her first major product under her lifestyle brand, American Riviera Orchard, a Napa Valley rose wine, through a stylized Instagram post on her As Ever account. The launch photo featured a sun-soaked bottle flanked by 2 wine glasses and a handful of apricots beside a serene poolside setting.
Meghan Markle's lifestyle brand, As Ever, will be introducing its first wine on Tuesday, the Napa Valley Rosé.
Described as having soft notes of stone fruit, a gentle minerality, and a lasting finish, the wine marks Meghan's first venture into the beverage market. But it wasn't the wine's origin or its flavor profile that immediately caught the attention of royal fans. It was the date of the release, July 1st, 2025.
The launch day of Meghan Markle's new rose wine has fans of Princess Diana rolling their eyes yet again.
The same day the late Princess Diana would have turned 64. The choice has sparked a wave of criticism, with many accusing Meghan of exploiting the memory of her late mother-in-law to promote her brand. She's literally dining out on Diana's memory, one social media user wrote. Another called the launch tacky, while some said it was predictable and tone-deaf. Others questioned the integrity of linking a consumer product to such a meaningful day. One royal follower went as far as claiming Meghan was using Diana to flog cheap wine. Even royal commentator Victoria Arbiter seemed stunned, replying simply, "July 1st, Diana's birthday," in response to the launch announcement. While Meghan made no mention of Diana in her new wine's promotion, many pointed out the release date seemed far too deliberate to be coincidental. Princess Diana's birthday has long been marked by heartfelt tributes from friends and family. In past years, Sarah Ferguson referred to Diana as a kindred spirit, while Diana's brother and sisters, alongside Princes William and Harry, commemorated her 60th birthday in 2021 with a statue unveiling at Kensington Palace's Sunken Garden, a rare moment of unity between the estranged brothers. Critics believe the launch date undermines the dignity of that legacy. Although Diana was known to keep a well-stocked wine cellar at Kensington Palace, she drank very little, and by the late 1990s, was virtually teetotal. The irony of launching a rose on her birthday has not been lost on fans. Meghan has previously expressed admiration for Diana, once describing her as someone I wish I'd had the chance to know. But this isn't the first time she has been accused of using Diana's legacy to promote her personal brand. In May 2025, Meghan's team reposted a fan's image of As Ever cookies presented in a Princess Diana-themed tea tin. And earlier in 2025, Meghan posted a video of herself in a Northwestern University sweatshirt, the same style Diana wore publicly in the final year of her life. The post quickly went viral, appearing in publications around the world. Royal insiders have often commented on Meghan's clear admiration for the late princess. Friends from her youth recall her fascination with Diana's life. Her former best friend, Nanaki Pretty, has spoken about Meghan's childhood dream of being Princess Diana 2.0, recalling how Meghan once posed outside Buckingham Palace during a childhood trip. According to Pretty, Meghan owned a copy of Diana, her true story, Andrew Morton's explosive biography, and closely followed Diana's humanitarian work. Susie Articani's mother, a family friend, also recalled how she and Meghan would rewatch the footage of Diana's royal wedding. Author Andrew Morton later confirmed that Meghan had watched Diana's funeral with friends in September 1997, openly weeping. According to those close to her, Diana was more than a royal figure to Meghan. She was a role model for what a modern princess could be. Over the years, Meghan has echoed some of Diana's most iconic fashion choices and often leaned into her humanitarian image. One former staffer said that Meghan once remarked, "What Diana started, I want to finish," suggesting her aspirations extended beyond the palace gates. Tina Brown, in her 2022 book, The Palace Papers, added that Meghan and Harry were drunk on a shared fantasy of being instruments of global transformation, and that Meghan saw this as her big break. But while Meghan's admiration for Diana might be genuine, Critics say there's a fine line between tribute and opportunism. Some royal watchers are wondering whether she'll post a tribute to Diana on the same day as the wine release to maximize engagement. That kind of timing, many argue, risks making Diana's memory a marketing tool. It's not the first time Harry and Meghan have drawn criticism for their disregard of royal protocol, including launching projects during key royal events, a major faux pas in the tightly choreographed world of the monarchy. But this instance has especially struck a nerve.
There's no question that the British royal family is wealthy.
But they're still saying Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They're still saying Prince Harry. You're not a prince, right?
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle still maintain their Sussex royal website, despite a previous promise made when they stepped back from the royal family.
I want you to hear the truth from me, as much as I can share, not as a prince or a duke, but as Harry.
Even though the Duke and Duchess of Sussex left the firm back in 2020 and pledged to cease using the Sussex royal title globally after spring 2020, their royal website and Sussex royal Instagram account with over 9 million followers still remain active.
Woke culture, or what I'm talking about as nice acting narcissism.
And their website, sussexroyal.com, features a page titled Serving the Monarchy, which hasn't been updated to acknowledge the passing of Queen Elizabeth. But it doesn't look like Harry and Meghan even cared to update these websites anyways. They kind of just have them lingering around. But still, the royal family is kind of wondering, okay, you're not doing any royal duties, at least don't try to like attach yourself to us in that way.
You add this on top of just trying to be a new mom or trying to be a newlywed.
As well as somebody from the Sussex's team could at least update the website to reflect some updated, accurate information, especially about the passing of the Queen. So that's a point that's causing a lot of discussion online. The website also does feature a statement from Meghan and Harry, but it's dated back to January of 2020, and it outlines their intention to step back as senior members of the royal family.
As time passed, the protective blanket that America threw over Meghan began to slip away.
And in the statement, they expressed a desire to achieve financial independence while still supporting the monarchy. Notably, there is no reference to King Charles's coronation on the website, although the Sussex's Instagram page is still active too. Their last post dates back 3 years ago.
King of kings and Lord of lords, bless, we beseech thee, this crown. God save the king!
And in that Instagram post, the couple expressed gratitude for the support, inspiration, as well as the collective commitment to positive actions in the world. And the ownership of the website sussexroyal.com actually remains anonymous on GoDaddy. But the website's launch reportedly surprised the late Queen, as it was outlining the couple's future royal roles without her prior approval. So they kind of just went on their own anyways and just did it. According to the royal author Omid Scobie in his book Finding Freedom, Meghan and Harry's statement outlining their half-in, half-out model was made before receiving any sort of approval from the Queen. There was also one senior member of the royal family, as mentioned by Omid Scobie in his book, that they noted that the surprise as well as lack of consultation with the Queen really upset the family. It was very unsettling for everybody.
They say, oh, this is Meghan and Harry feeding Omid. Pick up the book and read it and you'll be really surprised.
And the private nature of the royal family clashed with public announcement. It caused a lot of distress to Queen Elizabeth, who is the head of the institution, or was the head of the institution, I should say. Edward Young, who is the Queen's private secretary, reportedly expressed anger at being kept uninformed about Meghan and Harry's statement. And Omid Scobie in his book suggests that the couple felt compelled to release their statement after details about their desire to live in Canada were leaked to the press. So guys, that is the scoop. And I know for most people, when they leave an institution or an organization, the first thing that they do is disassociate themselves completely. Like they change their Facebook bios, their profiles, they remove any sort of attachment to that institution regardless. But for Harry and Meghan to just leave their stuff up and not take it down, not set it private at least, you know, people are looking at it like, what are they hoping to get here? Maybe they're looking to, you know, still have their ranking. Like if you search Duchess of Sussex or Duke or Harry Meghan, it pops them up on the internet as being associated with the royal family. I really don't know, but the fact that it's still left up, I think that they just don't really care to keep those pages updated, and maybe they plan to reuse them. I think that's the bigger thing, that maybe they plan to reuse them someday, because there are reports saying that they want to be part-time royals, like fulfill the royal duties on a part-time basis throughout each year. And this would get them in the good graces of the royal family and maybe take off some of the public pressure that they've been facing. So I would say that's probably the main reason why they kept it up.
Meghan Markle's ex-friend slams her for leaving the royal family.
Meghan Markle's former friend has slammed her and Prince Harry's decision to skipping out on royal life.
They really blew it. They're complete failures. The only thing they're good at is spending money.
Lizzie Cundy, a prominent TV presenter and a former acquaintance of Meghan Markle, has publicly vocalized sharp criticisms regarding Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's decision to step back from royal life.
Meghan Markle's former friend has slammed her and Prince Harry's decision to turn their backs on the royal family.
In her statements, Lizzie Cundy characterized the couple as complete failures and asserted that they had it all prior to their relocation to the United States.
They really blew it. They're complete failures.
Her commentary reflects a perspective that views their departure from their established roles within the British royal family as a significant misstep, given the perceived advantages they held. Lizzie Cundy had a lot to say, and it extended to accusations of ingratitude and a propensity for complaint directed at Meghan Markle and Prince Harry.
Meghan Markle's former friend has spoken out against the persistent negative narrative surrounding the Duchess of Sussex.
She claimed the couple exhibited a lack of appreciation for their former positions and opportunities. Furthermore, Lizzie Cundy specifically noted their absence from significant royal events, singling out the Trooping the Color ceremony as an example of occasions they missed. However, it is relevant to note that Lizzie Cundy later acknowledged that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had not received an invitation to the Trooping the Color event, indicating that their absence was not due to a conscious choice to forego the ceremony, but rather a lack of formal inclusion. Despite this clarification, her initial comments underscored a broader sentiment of dissatisfaction with the couple's choices and perceived disengagement from royal duties. Lizzie Cundy remarked that the only apparent talent possessed by Meghan Markle and Prince Harry was spending money. This statement suggested a critical view of their post-royal endeavors and implied a perceived lack of substantive contributions beyond financial transactions. She further posited that they had squandered the considerable opportunities available to them as members of the royal family. This particular criticism suggested that Meghan Markle and Prince Harry had failed to capitalize on the unique platform and influence afforded by their former positions, instead opting for a path that, in Lizzie Cundy's estimation, did not fully leverage their potential within the royal framework. Lizzie Cundy shared details regarding her personal connection with Meghan Markle, specifically addressing the cessation of their friendship. Lizzie Cundy recounted that she was ghosted by Meghan Markle after Meghan Markle began her relationship with Prince Harry in 2016. This account implies that contact between the two individuals was abruptly cut off without explanation. Lizzie Cundy's statement suggested a broader pattern, implying that Meghan Markle disconnected from several former friends following the commencement of her royal relationship. This narrative introduces a personal dimension to Lizzie Cundy's critique, suggesting a perceived change in Meghan Markle's relational approach after entering a high-profile romantic partnership with Prince Harry. Prior to Meghan Markle's royal romance, Lizzie Cundy described her own role as a matchmaking service for Meghan Markle.
She wanted to find an English boyfriend, so I said, look, I'll help you.
This characterization suggests a degree of involvement in Meghan Markle's social life before her engagement to Prince Harry. Lizzie Cundy also observed that other individuals have similarly distanced themselves from Meghan Markle since that period. This observation aligns with the narrative of a broader pattern of relationship changes experienced by Meghan Markle as her life transitioned into the sphere of the British royal family. These personal anecdotes from Lizzie Cundy contribute to a public perception of strained or altered relationships surrounding Meghan Markle's entry into royal life. Meghan Markle's old acquaintances individuals collectively claim that Meghan Markle has exhibited a consistent pattern of severing relationships after her integration into royal life. This suggests a recurring theme of disengagement from pre-royal associations, supporting the idea of a deliberate or coincidental shift in personal connections as Meghan Markle adapted to her new high-profile status within the monarchy. Such accounts contribute to a public discourse concerning Meghan Markle's personal relationships and her navigation of social ties amidst significant life changes. Lizzie Cundy's statements represent a pointed criticism of Meghan Markle and Prince Harry's decision to depart from their royal roles. Her remarks, which included labeling them complete failures and accusing them of ingratitude, underscored a belief that they did not adequately appreciate or utilize the opportunities inherent in royal life. Lizzie Cundy's personal account of being ghosted after Meghan Markle's relationship with Prince Harry began, combined with her observations about other friends distancing themselves, introduced a narrative of altered personal relationships. This perspective is further supported by broader claims from former acquaintances who suggest a pattern of relationship disengagement by Meghan Markle following her entry into the royal family.
In 2021, Harry and Meghan sat down with Oprah Winfrey for what would become one of the most talked about interviews in modern royal history.
This is not a surprise to anybody. It's really sad that it's got to this point, but I've got to do something for my own mental health, for my wife's.
Prince Harry and Meghan Markle revealed explosive details to Oprah Winfrey.
At the time, the couple had recently stepped down from their roles as working members of the royal family, marking a significant break from centuries of tradition. Their conversation with Oprah aired in March of that year and immediately captured global attention for its candid tone and serious accusations against the institution known as the firm.
Ashamed to say it at the time. I just didn't want to be alive anymore.
The way that I saw it was there is a way of doing things.
A major focus of the interview centered on Meghan's claim that the royal family had failed to protect her from relentless media scrutiny. She asserted that not only was she left vulnerable, but that members of the institution were willing to lie to protect others while refusing to correct false narratives about her.
They didn't want him to be a prince or a princess, not knowing what the gender would be, which would be different from protocol.
One particular story that Meghan sought to correct was the rumor that she had made Catherine cry in the lead-up to her wedding to Harry. The reverse happened, she said firmly, adding, "Everybody in the institution knew it wasn't true." Throughout the interview, Meghan consistently emphasized the importance of truth, the idea of transparency, of correcting the public record, and of protecting one's family from unjust attacks appeared to be a driving force behind her decision to speak out. They were willing to lie to protect other members of the family, Meghan told Oprah, but they weren't willing to tell the truth to protect me and my husband. Now, more than 4 years later, the legacy of that interview continues to shape how Meghan and Harry speak publicly about their time within the royal family. In a preview of her June 17th, 2025 appearance on the Aspire podcast, hosted by Emma Grede, Meghan once again returned to familiar ground. When asked if she would do anything differently regarding how her image developed while she was a senior royal, Meghan offered a pointed response. "I would ask people to tell the truth." The comment, short yet sharp, recalled the core message she shared in 2021. For Meghan, truth remains not just a theme, but a principle, one that she continues to stand by even years after her exit from royal life. The Aspire interview goes beyond the topic of royal relations and explores Meghan's own evolving public identity. In the clip, Emma and Meghan shared a lighthearted moment when the host asked about Meghan's personality and her ability to express herself freely. Meghan responded with a smile, saying, "You have to be authentic," and then joked, "Did you see my baby mama dance?" Emma laughed and offered a warm affirmation. "But that's you, right? That's you in a way that we kind of haven't been able to see you before." She expressed admiration for Meghan's more open and joyful self, saying that the world benefits when Meghan chooses to be happy and honest in the public eye. These recent comments closely mirror what both Meghan and Harry said during their interview with Oprah. At one point, Oprah asked Meghan what she was most looking forward to after stepping back from royal duties. Meghan didn't hesitate. "I think just being able to live authentically." Harry shared a similar sentiment later in the conversation, pointing out that for many in his family, life came with rigid expectations and public performance. "There's a level of control in it," he said. "Whereas with us, it was like, just be yourself. Just be genuine. Just be authentic." The theme of authenticity, of being free to live and speak truthfully, has clearly remained important to both Harry and Meghan. Though critics of the Oprah interview have suggested the couple should have kept their grievances private, Harry and Meghan seem to believe that stepping away from royal duties gave them the opportunity to reclaim their voices. Since that conversation in March of 2021, the couple has continued to make selective public appearances and media contributions. They have launched various philanthropic and creative projects under their Archewell brand, and Meghan has returned to public life with a renewed focus on empowerment, motherhood, and storytelling. Her upcoming appearance on Aspire appears to be a continuation of that mission, offering a mix of personal reflection and candid insight. As of June of 2025, the divide between Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the royal family still looms large in the public imagination. Whether future conversations might help to heal that rift remains uncertain. But if Meghan's most recent words are any indication, one thing is clear: she has not wavered in her call for honesty. More than 4 years after their departure from royal duties, Meghan is still urging the same thing she did back then: tell the truth. Meghan Markle is once again making headlines for what seems like a carefully curated message about her daughter, Lilibet.
A Duchess of Sussex has shared a new video of herself gardening with her daughter.
Meghan Markle released a new video showing herself and 4-year-old Lilibet enjoying a serene gardening moment at their Montecito estate.
The Duchess of Sussex has shared new footage of herself and her daughter Lilibet in their Montecito garden.
But behind the soft lighting and sweet mother-daughter bonding lies what many see as a not-so-subtle attempt to remind the world that her daughter, born in California after Meghan and Harry's royal exit, still belongs to the royal narrative.
Meghan Markle shares new video of daughter Lilibet in rare behind-the-scenes brand moment.
In the Instagram clip, Meghan, dressed casually in a white shirt and black shorts, can be seen gently brushing Lilibet's hair as the two stand on a wooden bridge, collecting fruit under the California sun.
Princess Diana was loved by many people, and I can see why. Sometimes royal protocol bars the royals from connecting with commoners, and Diana clearly didn't like that fact. Let's look at sometimes Princess Diana refused to follow royal protocol.
I'd like to be a queen of people's heart, but I don't see myself queen of this country.
The media might be interested in what I did.
She talked about politics. Diana didn't let the media's constant whining of her humanitarian deeds deter her. Diana wanted to help everyone, whether it was by bringing attention to the AIDS cause or by warning people about the risks of ground-set devices used by the army. She shook hands with patients. By shaking hands with a patient, Princess Diana performed a revolutionary deed that was unheard of during the height of the movement. People believed they could contract it just by touching someone who had the thing at the time, since there was so much false information out there. Diana chose to tour wards personally in order to dispel disinformation, but once more the media labeled her actions as rebellious. She gave a tell-all interview about her marriage. Diana once again defied royal protocol when she let the BBC into her house in 1995 to film her famed tell-all interview for Panorama. During the interview, which took place near the conclusion of her divorce from Prince Charles, she revealed more information to a reporter about their marriage than any other member of the royal family had ever done. She talked about her own infidelity, Charles's affair with Camilla, and how she felt from the rigid rules of the royal family. She also said the well-known thing about Charles and Camilla in this interview: well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
Well, there were 3 of us in this marriage, so it was a bit crowded.
She dated millionaire Dodi Fayed. After her divorce from Prince Charles, Diana became serious with the rich Dodi Al Fayed, which earned her a lot of attention from the media. A portion of the discussion originated from the fact that Diana and Charles were still married when they first met in 1986 at a polo match. However, it was far more complicated than that. Tabloid media frequently questioned Fayed's business dealings and family relationships. There was even a rumor that the pair wasn't as committed as they looked in pictures. Furthermore, tabloids have continuously questioned Fayed's intentions with Diana, playing up to his reputation. Nevertheless, the couple was madly in love up until their passing. Regarding the relationship, the royal family and the media both had a lot to say. Given that they met when Diana was still dating Charles, and since Fayed is accused of philandering, they both deemed it pretty bad. She broke royal fashion protocol. There are several guidelines for what to wear, just like there are for many other parts of being a royal. The major fashion principles, according to Reader's Digest, are to never wear miniskirts, to always wear more modest clothes, and to stand out in bright colors. Diana was always regarded as a style icon, but it didn't stop the royal family or media from analyzing her appearance. Whether it was a skirt, a strapless dress, or even just her engagement ring, considered excessively extravagant by some of Diana's most cherished looks were frequently viewed as contentious. Even donning a Philadelphia Eagles jacket was deemed excessively dissimilar to royal customs. The Princess of Wales was prepared to adopt the current new fashions, but many felt that she needed to stick to a more conventional look. She stepped out in a revenge dress. It's likely that you are familiar with the tale of the revenge dress if you hear Princess Diana's name. Diana attended a dinner at the Serpentine Gallery in Kensington Gardens in 1994 while wearing this silk dress that Christina Stambolian has designed. Following the release of Prince Charles's shocking tell-all interview in which he acknowledged having an affair with Camilla Parker Bowles, the outfit gains the moniker revenge dress. When she wore it, everyone fell in love, for all the wrong reasons. Some saw it as a subdued and rebellious fashion statement in response to Charles's admission of adultery, while others felt it was too obvious and perhaps even a little immature for the Princess of Wales to stage such a show at this point in their marriage. She sunbathed. The obsession with obtaining pictures of Princess Diana was a constant thing of the media. They would then post the pictures all over the place. Following her divorce in 1996, she was pictured on a girls' holiday. The same was captured in 1997 when she was photographed with Dodi Fayed on his yacht. The Princess of Wales's behavior was closely examined at all times, but especially after her divorce. Some royal admirers find it nostalgic of the time when pictures of Kate Middleton tanning went viral. It just serves to highlight Diana's lack of privacy, which added to more aspects of her tale. She didn't promise to obey. According to Reader's Digest, it is customary for the ladies to make a vow that they promise to obey their husbands during their royal wedding vows. Saying that particular line at a royal wedding, such as Queen Elizabeth II's, has been customary. It was among the first indications Diana was prepared to defy convention. However, like everything else that she did, the insignificant choice that she made just led the princess to be more scrutinized. She chose non-royal baby names. According to Yahoo, royal custom requires the mother to name her children after someone who is already descended from royalty, a lineage that dates back to the 1400s. Diana, however, preferred to give her own babies names. She gave in and permitted Charles to give their middle names the names of his relatives. She dared to go through a divorce. In 1996, when word leaked out that Diana and Charles were divorcing, speculation ran rampant across all media platforms. Was Charles to blame? Was Diana rebelling perhaps? All everybody could see on the newsstands was that. She gave birth outside of the palace. In addition to defying convention regarding the names of her children, Diana gave birth outside of the palace, namely at a hospital. She was very clear that she wanted her boys to have a normal life, but the royals and the media saw her as a rebel for doing so. She was an active mom. As previously said, despite being British royalty, Diana wished for her infant sons to lead regular lives. Diana wanted to be and was an extremely involved mother, rather than letting her kids grow up with a succession of nannies and etiquette classes. You would assume there would be no problems, but she was dubbed a lot of labels by the media like controlling and overbearing. All she wanted was to be a busy mother. Along the way, she played with them, took them to and from school, taught them various things, and other stuff. She went to school events. Let's stay on the regular track. Diana made sure her kids attended the Wetherby Preparatory School in Notting Hill, London, where they would socialize with non-royals. This move made headlines for a considerable amount of time, but Diana was determined to provide her kids a normal life. She also took part in the festivities alongside other mothers to demonstrate the joy that the royal family may have. She showed her sons real-world issues. Diana was deeply concerned about the issue of homelessness and ensured that her sons witnessed firsthand the impacts of homelessness. The only things royals ever did were provide money or attend functions. They hardly ever saw, engaged in, or discussed politics. Diana wanted to teach her boys what was going on in the world, so she didn't care. Naturally, the media questioned her parenting abilities and dubbed it dubious.